People think that saving yourself looks dramatic. Like it's supposed to be this huge breakthrough moment where everything suddenly changes. You wake up at 5 in the morning, start running marathons, rebuild your life in a montage from Rocky, with cinematic music playing in the background. And from that moment on, you become a completely different person. But honestly, I don't think that's how it works for most normal people, especially not people with jobs, responsibilities, kids. Yeah, bills, stress, exhaustion, all the normal life stuff. I think for most people, saving yourself is usually much quieter than that. Sometimes it looks like finally going for a walk after spending 3 weeks sat in your own head. Sometimes it looks like cleaning the kitchen when you've let everything pile up because you're just mentally checked out. Sometimes it's getting a haircut, drinking water, yeah, getting some sleep, replying to a message you've been avoiding, opening that letter that's been sitting there for 2 weeks because you know what it says and you don't want to deal with it. None of these things sound impressive. I know. Nobody's making inspirational documentaries about someone sorting their washing, or going to bed before midnight. But small things matter a lot more than people realise. Because the truth is, when people are struggling, life doesn't fall apart all at once. It just slips quietly, slowly, one habit at a time. Your routines go first. Then your energy starts disappearing. And your patience gets shorter. You stop sleeping properly. You stop taking care of yourself properly. Stop doing the little things that normally keep you steady. And after a while, you don't even really feel like yourself anymore. I think that's something a lot of people are going through right now, honestly. And the dangerous thing is that when it happens, you just start normalizing it, You convince yourself that this is just who you are now. You think you've become lazy, weak, inconsistent, unmotivated, whatever word you want to use. But a lot of the time, people aren't failing because they're weak. They're just exhausted, Mentally overloaded, emotionally worn down, running on survival mode for too long. I've done it myself. I know. I work in kitchens for years, especially when things get busy. You just end up living in pure functionality. You wake up tired. You work all day. You come home, you're fried. You scroll on your phone. You haven't got the energy for anything else. You sleep badly. And then you do it again the next day. But because you're still functioning, because you're still going to work, paying the bills, getting the groceries and keeping everything moving, you tell yourself that you're fine. But there's a difference between surviving and actually living properly. I think that's why I've started talking so much recently about small wins, about structure, momentum, rebuilding slowly. Because I genuinely think that's how most people recover. It's not one massive, life-changing decision. It's through smaller decisions, repeated consistently. A week doesn't fix your whole life, but it might clear your head enough to stop you spiraling for one evening, Cleaning your room won't magically solve your mental health, but it changes your environment, It gives your brain one less thing dragging on you. Getting a decent night's sleep won't erase your problems, but you'll probably think more clearly tomorrow than you did today. And that's the bit that people underestimate, Cut. Small actions don't usually create instant transformations, but they create stability, breathing room, momentum. Yeah? They remind you that you're still capable of influencing your own life, even if only slightly. Yeah? Social media has damaged people's expectations a bit as well, if I'm honest. Everything online is extreme now. Transformations, total discipline, total success. Everybody's either becoming a millionaire or getting absolutely shredded. Becoming an entrepreneur, waking up at 4 in the morning, escaping the 9 to 5s. Yeah, meanwhile, normal people, we're trying to keep our heads above water. Just trying to feel all right again. Just trying to feel ourselves again. Most people, they don't need a completely different life overnight. They need the stability, a bit of structure, a bit of peace, a bit of momentum back. They just stop the downward slide before it turns into something else, something worse. I think that's where this phrase I keep using comes up as well, You choose how it ends. Not because you control everything. Of course you don't control everything. Life happens. Stress happens. Bad luck happens. Exhaustion happens. But inside of that, small choices still matter. Yeah? You still have moments where you can't decide whether things keep slipping or whether today is the day where you start slowly pulling yourself back together. Just quietly. Yeah? Without announcing it to the world. Without pretending everything's fixed overnight. Just slowly rebuilding yourself properly. Yeah? One walk, one early night, one honest conversation, one better habit, one small reset at a time. So honestly, I think a lot of people save their own lives quietly, and most of the world never even notices it happening, but it still matters. And in the end, you still choose how it ends for you.